So, space cops from different precincts beating the crap out of each other. Sounds like a good time. I wish I was able to actually title this, but I fucked it up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chamber of the Wraith. I'm joined by a couple of good friends, and I've decided, you know what, I gotta do this. So, here's what I'm doing. For those who are wondering, like, for those in the party who are like, why is he talking to himself all of a sudden? I've decided to take an old series of mine, the Ability Almanac and the Crushing Catalog, and just make it into a big old stream, just to get that out of the way. Previously it was literally daily uploads and such, but I've decided I'm gonna go through the rest of the roster. I'm gonna be right back. Actually,
Lord. Larry, I'm excited for Blade, bro. I'm excited for that shit. I want Blade.
You're in. No worries. Tech support. Sorry about that. Had to play tech support, and I think I put my controller somewhere bad. So. No, I didn't leave it out here. Where did I put it? Where did I put my... There it is. There it is. So, as I was saying, I've decided to talk abilities for all of the rest of the characters, starting from Shang Tsung and going all the way down, explaining what they can do, and maybe talk some frame data and such. And I'm actually curious if I could invite one of you lovely folks into online practice for MK11 to show it off.
Yeah, I got you. Let me invite you real quick.
Awesome, thanks a ton. So we're just going to be going from top to bottom, left to right. So we'll start with Shang Tsung, then we'll do Nightwolf. Any characters that I've already done, like the Khans and Frost, I'm not, except for Gearus, because Gearus got his crushing blow requirements changed since the last time I did it. So
you're more broken now too.
We'll talk about that. Well, we'll talk about that because there is the debate. Has he gotten more broken because of the ability to be able to combo into that KB?
Oh Lord, he's a lot more stupid. I done dealt with that. He's stupid. That character is dumb. And I was hot and mad because they got to buff that shit. I'm like, okay.
All right then.
Okay.
Alright, marvelous. It looks like I got that Mortal Kombat 11 play practice. Perfect. So I'm being joined today by the Champster. That's all I can say, unless you know he's got other name clarifications. But this is the Champster. He's as you can see, way scarier than me at Mortal Kombat, but he'll be able to help explain some things. He'll be able to help explain things better. And actually,
I got you.
Actually, that's perfect. Why don't we start with Jax? Because, you know what, I was going to do it in a specific order, but we're just going to talk about certain abilities and across as many of the variations as we can. So, stage don't matter. We're going to do Sea of Blood, and we're going to start with Jax. By the way, do you dig those classic arms?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I got him golden too. I had to get him. Alright, first things first, we're going to start with Hunker Down. We're going to start with this Batman Gym. So we're going to go with the...
And Hunker Down is one of the competitive variations, right?
Yep, I call it Yank, but yeah, that's his Hunker Down right here. Basically, he's a staggering command throw mix machine. What the thing is like, a lot of his frames is pretty much, they're negative, but they're safe, actually. Like so the highest frames I could... So pretty much, and this variation is okay. Back to the safety part. So the safety part, right? What he can truly do is bamboozle. It's like -4-ish, -7-ish, something like that, right?
Right.
And so either he can challenge, or it's the opponent's turn to challenge. It just depends on what he can truly do. And but if he can make a good read off of it, he can literally, like, he could just do all types of shit, like false blocking, doing different OSs, option selects, you know, etc. But here's the beauty of Hunker Down, though. Hunker Down, legit, probably is the only character with the most crushing blows in the variation.
Really?
Like, yes, sir. Like, let me think real quick. Let me put this on both.
Okay.
So, he has this. That's 1.
That's universal.
That's 2.
Okay.
Let me just back up real quick. 3.
Right on. 4. And these are all, by the way, universal crushing blows for Jax. This is but this right here, I believe, is specific to Jax, and in this variation,
6.
that looks like it hurts a lot.
Yep, that Batman Pajama move hurts. So let me see, 1, 2. Oh, let me start over real quick. Count, so, my bad.
I got count. 1, 2, 3. This is number 4, I think. 5. 6. 7. Oh my lord.
Yep, that's all it's crushing blows.
Jeez. And most characters get 5 or 6, so the fact that Jax, as a character, gets 7, and I believe that command grab one is specific to this competitive variation, that's actually really crazy talk. So, why don't you tag what Hunker Down has as variation exclusive stuff, and then we'll walk through that.
Okay, give me a second. Where is
It'll be under abilities. Yeah.
Oops. I ain't gonna tag that. There we go. Let me get amplify that. There we go.
Cool, cool. Alright, so first off, this is the variation. Okay, so this is the variation where Jax gets a lot of. He gets the same ender on a couple of new strings, it looks like. So that's just for raw damage, right?
Yeah, well, not just that. He can use it as more so to keep up safety too, and a mix-up tool. Like for instance, he can do this, right?
Right.
But here's the trick: you can do this to mix up your opponent.
Ah, right, because the big punch, that's an overhead, and then that can crush and blow with full heat. Ouch.
Yep. Same with the 4-2. Same with the 4-2 as well. But the 4-3-3. To enter that, he doesn't have a low, so the only way you can really mix up with a low if you do this, if you do a ground pound. But the thing is like, you can interrupt the ground pound, you can flawless block gap, or you can just straight up kill him for doing that. So what he has to do, he has to stagger like his 4-3, his 4-3-3, his 2, or he can use this, like I showed you, that's an auto shimmy into.
Yeah,
it catches people off guard, and it's one of his fastest overheads that he has to do. Now, what also on this variation he has is Burning Hammer. Now that's one of my favorites. It's because this is aircraft similar to Cyrex, but a lot more damaging. Which is
okay. Nice.
You can also do this in the air, if I can remember. Let me see. If I can get connected.
Yeah, it's down L1. I'll just jump for you.
Like that, and I'll jump again if you want to do something fancy.
Nice. I love doing air interactable nonsense.
Yeah.
Ooh, but it looks like it puts the stops on it real quick.
Yep. Now that Hunker Down is all about, now that he builds heat like a motherfucker on this shit. He literally will build heat. And not only that, what makes it even better is because he has his universal his dash punch right here. He has his universal dash punch, which keeps safety. Like, for instance, it's like if you block, for instance, and I stagger you into this, that's like, it doesn't show in the frame data chart, but it's literally like -7-ish, -8-ish with quick recovery.
So negative, but still technically safe.
Yep. The only ones who could punish it is anybody with a 6 frame down 1. Like, literally. Because Gurius and Aaron Black can punish it with a 6 frame down 1.
Right.
If you have a 6 frame jab, you can possibly punish it, but that's a little bit risky. So,
because it leaves you standing.
Yep, pretty much. And not only that, his command grab. Let's go with this one actually. He has, let me think real quick. 3 tick throws actually. He has Let me see. His down 1 into the tick throw, down 1-2 into the tick throw, and block low real quick. Block low, and down 3 into the tick throw. But the trick is like you can also stagger. You can also stagger, and then boom, grab somebody if they try to play a little too defensively, and they're not going to read you.
Yeah, and because this is a true throw, you can't actually block this, and because it's a command grab, there's no teching allowed.
Yeah, pretty much. The only way to escape out is if you make a good read, and if you interrupt them. Like, for instance, since the command grab is a high, so you can do a down 2 crushing blow and punish him for doing it.
Yeah.
Yep, or you can just, let's see, you can just straight up like just punish me after you duck it, or do a short hop and kill me. Or if you want to get hit by that, I still whip it and then you can punish me. See?
Yeah, because you can't like chain it into that unless it's on block. I got you.
Yep, pretty much. He also, oh yeah, did I say 7 crushing blows right?
Yes, you said 7.
Oh, my apologies. Give me a second.
Oh, wait a minute. There's 8.
Yeah. I forgot about this. 8.
The freaking missiles. My God. All right. So this variation I built. Sorry, go ahead.
What you got? So pretty much, there's actually a crushing blow machine in this variation, hunker down. Yeah. So go ahead, go what you gonna go for.
Alright, so what I've got here is, I'm not sure. Sometimes I do this where I accidentally make a competitive variation, and I don't know if this is one of them. This is, I call it War Hero, and it's got right to bear arms, which is a string that, which is bang, bang, bang. The timing is a bit funky, but...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's a chain string.
Yeah. There it is.
There you go.
And you can see it builds up a crap load of heat. Even if you get 4 out of the 6 hits most of the time. And this is great as an ender, especially if you can do that. And now I'm at full heat, and I can now go and throw my rockets wherever I wish. Now I also have duck and weave. This has replaced the dash punch that Champ talked about earlier. It's got a couple of different enders. The backhand here, you can amplify it for a launcher. You've got ragdollin, which is, I believe, a low throw. Hang on. Yeah, that's a low, so so you can still block this. But it's still a good side switch. You can cancel it for free, and I've changed it up with an ability called Ripped, which is just a quick overhead launcher. See what I mean? When it's amplified, and then I believe if I do this, if I just press 4. I get this out of duck and weave. So I duck in, bam, clock you with the overhead, and it's a good day for everybody, except for the person getting clobbered by jacks. And that's and that's just overall what this variation kind of brings to the table. I believe this was either one of the default variations that they started off with before you get messing around with it too much, or it's a competitive variation. Shall we switch?
All right. Okay, so that variation you said, it's grin and bear it except for one thing. It doesn't have that chain string. It has the one where he gains meter from, not meter, but gains heat from other opponents and protectiles. He's like a
Briggs Brigade, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep, so let me just go to which one I was fooling around with.
Okay. And then I'll switch over to my second variation as well, which is called Torn Soul. It's kind of a story variation.
Yep. I have made mine with some memes and shit.
Yeah, once you tag your stuff.
Okay, so this ain't it. So give me a second. There's another one I have somewhere. No, not that.
Don't forget to...
Oh. Change yours too? Okay, gotcha. Give me a second.
Yeah. Just to the second variation.
Torn Soul, okay. Okay.
Lethal clap.
There we go.
Alright, and then I'll take my stuff, which happens to be those strings we already talked about, so we're not going to do that. Torn Soul is... This Torn Soul variation I have here is actually hunkered down in a nutshell. It has it has burning hammer and it has all of those shenanigans.
No worries, we can talk about this one. So, well, we got lethal clap right here, which replaces the gotcha grip.
Right.
Now, first I thought this was going to be trash, but it actually has its uses. Like, that's plus 11, right? So I could just literally mix up my opponent. But here's the thing, though. Like, if sometimes it can combo, like this is a little weird, actually. See, it can combo, but it also has the amplified version of this. So, which pushes them back over here. It's the mid screen for some reason. Oops, let me just heat up real quick. Oops. Ball.
There you go.
So it pushes them back. However, if I was doing this at the corner, though, if I was doing this at the corner, for instance.
Oh,
so
I see.
You can combo over here.
Very nice.
That's chunky damage.
And does amplified clap do more damage than normal clap?
Amplify, yeah, I do.
So we got 7% becomes 9%. All right then.
Yep.
Not too terribly much, but that's still pretty good. What do I got for variation 3? Bring it. Yeah.
Oh, what else do I have? That's Green Barrett, I would say. I could have sworn I had another one with like the enhanced ground pound, but it's gonna be okay.
I have the enhanced ground pound in one of my variations. I just don't remember which one. Outside of Cetrion, Nightwolf, and Katana, all of my custom variations have every single special move. So we talked about Lethal Clap already, but we can talk about in Bring It. I have Buckshot. This replaces the grenade launcher with less range, but it knocks down and knocks them back. And I have the anti-air version, which can hit on the ground, but it's a high. So if you duck this, you'll be able to punish me. But this is still like a really good, quick combo ender for a little bit of distance that I could potentially do this. Or if I had heat, I can start chucking missiles at you. And then I've got Briggs Brigade. I believe you have the grenade launcher, so I'll be able to use this one. And what that does, a little closer, is absorbs the projectile and turns it into heat, kind of a Wonder Woman thing. And then I can amplify it to, I believe, either gain more heat or yeah, I think it's just I gain more heat. I just gain more heat from it if I amplify it. But this acts like Wonder Woman's parry from Injustice 1 and 2, where you have to, or no, it's Injustice 2 that has the proper parry. Where I have to time it, and it only works on projectiles. This is still really good, and it's in Variation 1 Grin and Barrett to stop zoning and build up heat as a punishment so that you can counter zone with the rockets. So, handy tool, if I do say so myself. For your damage.
Oh.
Wallop.
I just want these on fancy real quick.
No worries. Looking forward to seeing what you cook up here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
And by the way, for those who don't know in the audience, how do you get the quad grab to crushing blow?
How you do it?
Yeah, I'll just change my variation while you explain it. I'll just change my...
It's okay. To get it, you gotta press every button, at like the latest moment possible, like the last minute. But people get confused. It's confusing at first because it's not really helpful. But here's the trick, though, that Dab showed me, actually.
Oh, okay.
Where you can... there's a trick of doing it, actually.
I think... Yeah, I got air burning hammer. So I have the ground cheddar, but you can try and show me what the trick is. Okay, so let me just turn off... let's see. Okay.
So watch this. So I'm gonna tell you when it's too early. That's a little too early right there, right?
Right.
So the perfect timing is, watch the timing of it.
Bam.
You see that little spark, that little circle looking clear thing that just happened?
Yeah.
That little effect when he gets hit on the ground? So that's what happens.
Oh, okay. You're literally watching the hit sparks. Okay.
Yep. That's a trick that you can do it. If you want to get the rhythm of it, then you can do it like easily. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's not nearly as bad as do you remember in Mortal Kombat X, Jax's quad grab brutality where you had to push all 4 buttons at the last possible frame? That shit was that was dumb. It was dumb. And it was garbage too, actually, if you try using mid-max, because it was negative on hit.
Yeah, Ow. Okay, so I got ground shatter here. And this is, you've got the normal ground pound, right? Which is just the full screen low. Give that demonstration real quick. Show us what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like normally. And then that's it amplified. Whereas, this one has close, normal, far, and very far. And you'll notice that I have to direct it because this does not go full screen. But it launches normally. So I can get stuff off of it. And then if I amplify it, I trade launching for a full screen unblockable. So even if he were to crouch block, as you would normally if it were a low, like if I were to do that, he blocks it just fine. Can't block it because it's unblockable. But it's Fen's bar, so it's not like you can bust this out all the time. Still a really good overall ability.
And there's a tech that just got into my mind about this character. I'm controlling your character, by the way. So
yeah, I see that.
I'm going to. Let me just put it in. Yeah, like that. What I also do is this. Oops.
Okay.
For tech.
Wait, are you wondering if it OTGs?
Yep.
Okay, I'll delay wake up then.
I don't. So I can do this then.
Yeah. Okay.
That's going. This variation could be. Oh lord, if they had third variation, I'll be playing the hell out of ground shatter.
Yeah. And if memory serves, this particular variation has Burning Hammer. Yep. And it has something else, but I don't remember what else it has as well as ground shatter.
The clap. Yeah.
Oh, right. It has the clap. Okay, so you can clap Burning Hammer, which Burning Hammer actually works really well with ground shatter because it launches into the air, and then you can grab them out of the air and shove them down. So looking forward to seeing. Like, I can see his tech. The wheels are clicking in Champster's brain right now. And this is why I wanted somebody to co-host, because while I like to think I'm okay, I am not a character expert by any means. And look at what he's been doing. Look at what he's been doing with Jax. I can't do this.
Let's see. I could come up with something right now.
Do you want the meter set to refill so that...
Don't worry about it. I got it. It's simple. So I can do this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wake up, and then boom.
Yeah. And look at that. And then I'm almost dead.
Yep.
Although, one thing I do want to talk about with Jax real quick. Bop! 11 frames. I think this is now the fastest fatal blow in the game after because Aaron Black's got 8 recovery frames.
It's not just the fastest; it's the most broken fatal blow in the game right now.
especially because it gives you full heat.
That travels far. Yeah, that too. He has priority with it. It's a mid, and there's 11 frames. It gets him fully heated up, and then you can't really react to it unless you know he's going to do it.
Which that's just nuts. That's just nuts. I just realized I'm in your variation. I gotta switch it over to mine because I want to see.
You're good. I don't got really too much other variations.
I gotcha. So I just want to see what I have here. I got okay. So this is Burning Hammer, get some, and then this has the Ender. So in theory, hold on. You can see what I want, though.
I think I know exactly what you want. Give me a second. You just got me another idea.
All right.
Let me just put that right there. Let me just.
Yeah. So.
Okay. There we go.
All right. Yes. Yes, that's what I was looking for. I was looking to try and combo the major 4-string into that, or equivalent thereof. That is juicy. I knew you could do that.
Oops. Let me see. Maybe also, let's see.
Yeah, I got gotcha grab on that one.
I got an idea. That means. Oops. Oops.
1, 2. Nice.
Ow.
That definitely hurts. Wait, and then it occurs to me that with I don't know how good Gotcha Grab is as an ender anymore, but that it reminds me. It gives me the idea of you do the ground shatter, or you stagger your opponent into the ground shatter, right? And then you'd end it with Gotcha Grab.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It catches people off guard that likes to try to interrupt you or trying to floss block at you. Or you can do your you can do this too. It's a guarantee mid.
I gotcha. Nice. And then wait a minute, hold on. It's 8 hits for the missile to KB, right?
You can convert off of it. Yep.
Wonder what'll happen then.
It's a little tough to do. Like it's hype though. It's a little tough to do actually.
It's pretty snazzy.
Also, you could come up with all types of shenanigans with it. Let's see. Ouch.
Look at that. That is some excellent damage. That was no bar, bunch of heat, and a crushing blow. That is awesome. Awesome sauce.
What makes it even better if he has level 2, he can still do it. He doesn't have to be like fully heated up to do that. He can get level 2 out. Waste a level and then gain back a level.
Oh, that is nice. Nice. I like.
Yep.
Jax is definitely a character I gotta check out at some point because yowza.
He's fine. For the damage, there we go.
Nice. Do you have a pocket character that I've not done for this ability almanac or crushing catalog thing yet?
I don't have a true pocket character, but I do have a little custom shit with like Scorpion and I think of Shang Tsung actually.
Okay.
And Aaron Black actually. And I got one for him.
Okay, so why don't we Okay, so actually I think it would be important for us to look at Gearus next, just because of Crushing Blow changes that have happened. I already did his ability Almanac and Crushing Catalog. It's just that because his Crushing Blows have changed, I want to explain what has changed. What has changed with this character, and what can you do? It was Sand Trap and Forward 1 Grab 4 that changed, right? Were the crushing blows that changed?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
And
Father
his
Time.
his 111. My bad for interrupting. His 111 string is now fuzzy, but they increased the frames of it, so it won't be the same as the Sand Trap.
Okay. Okay, so you can't like so it's easy, so you can fuzzy it basically now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Aight. So where are we going? Prehistoric Age. This is my favorite stage in this game alongside Wuxi Dragon Grotto. And it's totally not because there's a goddamn T-Rex in the background.
Yeah.
Aight. So for those not in the know, it used to be that I'll set so it was Quicksand, Out of Time, and I still don't know what this Jewid and Guid reference is, but so they changed how Quicksand's Crushing Blow used to work. It used to be that you just punish this, and then you get a Crushing Blow for 300 plus damage or whatever. And I'll let Cham explain what the new requirements are.
Okay, so to get... Let me see what this is. Okay, alright, cool. So to get this one, you gotta do this. You gotta whip it 2 times. You gotta whip it 2 times in a row, and just pop somebody with it. But this is where things gets juicy though. So you can literally combo into this. Oops. Okay, so let me think. I haven't been playing with Gears that much anymore, but let me think of something. Okay.
Alrighty. Sometimes you just do it nice and just do something simple so that we can get like the proof of concept.
Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, my bad. So, I bet. Okay, cool. So I can do this.
And that was impossible before because you had to punish with just Quicksand. But now, if you whiff it, you can combo into it. Now, this has caused some debate about whether this was actually a nerf like the NRS devs think, or if this actually ended up being a buff for Geras. And
it's a buff.
And you've heard
both a buff and a nerf.
But overall, it's more of a buff, you would say.
Yep, big time. Because they could combo into this and do all types of stupid shenanigans. So, like, for example, let's say, hold up. I'm thinking, oops, my bad. Let me just put you at the corner real quick and pour some juicy juice. So I'm just going to, you know what? Let me change my variation. I'm going to go Infinite Warden. And so that'd be said and done.
Okay, so we're going to go full competitive. I gotcha.
Go over here, go to the easy crushing blows real quick, just to show you how much of this stupidity this character can truly do. So,
looking forward to it. And then we'll turn it off in order to show off the 2 new ones. No, Out of Time didn't really get changed because it's still just you gotta connect the. It's just this. It's still the same one. It's just that the last hit is slower, so that you can block it better. Okay, so big dammy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. And if you're wondering what he's doing with the gauntlet, if you charge the gauntlet, it will also amplify the damage of all big fist moves, like the down 4, I believe, it gets buffed, and his down 2, which allows for more damage. And as you can see, he's already broken 58%, and he hasn't even gotten the second crushing blow, the other crushing blow yet. So you can see Geras' damage is going to be bonkers.
Yep, I figure it out now.
Yeah, it's all in that timing. I'm going to feel free to take bets if you want, anybody who's watching the stream, but I'm going to bet he breaks 650. Oh! Oh, so close! So close!
Alright, let me go for something easier to do now.
Yeah. Easier, but but it shows the concept. That's the important thing. It's just to show the concept of how frickin' busted this character has apparently gotten.
Yep.
As if he wasn't busted before. Okay, here it is. And that's gonna be... Look at that! Look at that! 65% damage! And he didn't even try! Now, I'm gonna
that's
turn
an
off
easy
easy.
combo to do too.
Yeah, so I'll just put it on you so that I don't have the easy crushing blows on.
Right. Makes it okay. What makes it even better is that he can do all types of shenanigans like this. Let me see. Oops.
I thought they changed that so that you couldn't connect it anymore.
They actually did, didn't they? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So that was another nerf. You used to actually be able to, with 9 frame perfect timing, be able to combo off of the big fist slam crushing blow into shenanigans. But it looks like
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah,
they nerfed it so that can't happen anymore. So that's definitely a nerf. But the
however, I can do this.
Yeah. That's gonna be 660 for sure. Almost 670. Holy God.
Oh my goodness. This character's stupid.
Yeah. Time's up when you see your opponent playing Gears.
Oh my lord.
So close. So close.
Ugh.
He's gonna be too high. Oh. Ouch! Not what I expected. That was... And then you, of course, can hit them with that, and then guess what? They're basically dead. So, Juid and Guid, I think is how you say that. This crushing blow, it just used to be a counter or a punish, and now you have to do it, quote, near a wall. I've seen examples of this where it boots them out of the wall. But I want to see if maybe I can...
It's weird. You gotta do it like this.
Oh, so you can't do it if the opponent is... Like, you can't do it so you can side switch into the wall.
You can't do it if the opponent's near the wall. It's gotta be you being near the wall.
Oh.
Something like this, like you side switch and then... Oh.
Boot.
Oh, I messed up my time. Like,
that was something I got curious about, because I felt like that could... All that would do is that would encourage a side switching, put you in the corner with losing 30% health. But they thought of that.
Now that Garrus can come up with all types of stupidity with this. Like, let me charge this up one more time. Okay. Yeah. Oh my lord. Okay. Garrus, I know damn well you're gonna not just drop that combo now. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh my god. So I can totally see where this would be going too. So you do that, catch them with that, and then you catch them with a shoulder tackle. Oh god.
Yep, you can do all types of shenanigans with this shit. That
is friggin' nutty. Nutty damage. And then...
that was a mistake. I was thinking, this is what happens when you come up with something swaggy. And you want to do it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of swag. Okay.
Oh! I messed up my crushing blow.
That's alright.
So
that would probably break 60% still, so that's one crushing blow. Two crushing blows. So it doesn't quite break 60%, but that's still juicy. Still juicy on the damage.
Yeah, because if you do this, let's see.
that would be the side switch, and then
That
you're stuck in
wouldn't
the
break
corner
that.
with half your life gone.
Yep, unless I charge this motherfucker up. If I charge this up, let's get the party. Let's get partying real quick. Ooh. Okay.
Get that going. Okay. And then that's gonna be damage.
Now let's go with Fatal Blow. That's why I want to see how much damage this can really do.
Alright. Fitting that we decide to do Fatal Blow. So, Gears' Fatal Blow, for those unfamiliar, is mid-screen. It's like, yeah, it's, when I say mid-screen, I mean like midway to full screen. And it breaks armor, it's fairly quick. I don't know the exact frame data, but it's like, he's gonna... Boom. He caught him into the Fatal Blow. And now... Look, he's even doing the damage buffs, too, for 6, rough, we'll say 60% if we don't count the damage minigame.
Yep. So let's pretend if we do this, doing something even more damaging.
Okay. And then I know what he's gonna do. Oh, he even puts a little bit of spice into it. Bam, shabam, 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 shabam. This Fatal Blow is so sick.
67.
67% if you get one of them right. And even then, it's probably still going to be about that. Jesus Christ, this character.
Not only that, another thing is he's literally a Mortal Kombat X character. He can literally restand you and then put you in like huge hit advantages. Like this, for example. And you gotta guess. You have to guess. If you guess wrong, then that's your ass.
That
then
is.
you can also do this.
That is Gears in a nutshell. What?
Yep. You can also do this. Charge it up. Then you still had advantage. Then you still had a hit advantage. So like this.
Oh my goodness! As Negan would say.
Oh, I'm messing up. This is ridiculous. Let's see. Charge it up. Release it. Then I'm still at a hit advantage. You got to guess. Not only that, Garrett, that's one of the best up twos in the game. Like jump at me, like do like a jump 3 or something like that. Like a jump attack, like that. Oops. Just keep jumping at me.
I see. So, did you do that?
There you go.
Oh, you're talking about his launcher. That hits me every time with Kotal Khan, even if I'm trying to bean you with back 2.
Yeah, that duck is way too fast. It's legit too fast for up 2. I'm going to show you its frame data. Okay. Now jump at me and do it again.
Ouch.
Oops. That is 6 frames. That move is 6 frames.
Whoa, back. Hold on. Knock me down. And I'll just do the up 2.
6 frames.
Jesus Christ!
That's fast.
And wait, how fast is this up 3 in comparison then? Like this thing.
10 frames.
10 frames. And by the looks of it,
that's kind of fast.
But does it also hit behind him?
Yep,
like,
it has a 360 hurt bar.
Like that's good. So that's good as a get off me for sure because he can even hit teleporters. And then he's got a 6-frame launcher. What?
Now that, knock me down real quick and jump over me. Like jump over me after you knock me down. He can convert off of this too, actually.
Oh, I see.
So, knock me down. Just put me over here.
I see. So you want me to knock you down with a jumping kick, probably then?
Oh, then knock me down, then jump over me. Not jump over me. See?
Whoa!
He can convert off of that.
Jeez.
He's broke.
That is nuts. This character is nuts. Time to switch it up. You said Scorpion and Shang. Which one? Who would you prefer to mess around with next?
Paul Shang Tsung, but let's go with Shang real quick.
Okay, because I've got lots of. I'm gonna guess that you also built a ninja variation, so.
Yep. I built a ninja one, and I built this one too. Just like yours, kind of.
Okay, I'll start from Outworld Sorcerer, which fun fact. I did not rename this because Outworld Sorcerer is technically too long for the character limit in Mortal Kombat 11. It's 17 characters, and you're supposed to only have 16 characters.
Damn.
Yeah. So okay, we have literally the same variation, so that's gonna make things a hell of a lot easier. I guess I'll just quickly explain what each move do. And then, okay, so I'm going to start off with the buffs because I've got numbers for these. Vile Inscriptions and Malignant Sorcery. So this, that was Malignant Sorcery. It reduces the amount of damage you put out by 25%. And Vile Inscriptions increases the damage output that I have by about 25%. So that means, so they're very similar, it's very similar to Shao Kahn's taunt buffs and nerfs. But you can't stack them, and it's only by 25%. So it's like a weaker version of that same concept. And then we've got Inferno Barrier, which is a sort of fire spin. So I can set it up, and then I can get hit by it, and he can even send it towards me if he amplifies.
Oh, yeah, turn it on. There you go.
See how it goes towards him?
That's plus his tail.
But as you can see, it takes 62 frames to start up. It takes more than a second. So, dangerous stuff. And then, finally, we have Corpse Drop is, as far as I know, universal, where he, I guess, drops bodies from the flesh pits on people. And then, normally when he meter burns it, it becomes a low splat. This becomes a mid-launcher, allowing for dangerous combo shenanigans, and it is a true overhead and probably one of the better zoning tools in the game.
Oops.
And then that's a very simple example of a combo. Now he's me, with a damage buff, which I believe is 20%. Yeah, so it's a 20% damage buff on top of, if I were to steal his soul, Vile Inscriptions. So now that is 105 from 7. Do I have a 50? Okay, so standing 3. That's perfect. So I'm going to just test something really quick. And then steal your soul, and then do the... And then do... No, it was Malignant. It was the other one. So, steal your soul for the 20% damage buff. Do this for 25. In theory, it should be 45. It's 25. Wait, hold on a minute. So they don't stack.
No, not at all. It goes away. Unless I do this. Let's see.
No, I did literally the same thing. It'll only do... Yeah, so it's... No, it's
so
this...
that's 26.
So it's
okay.
So it's 25%. Not nearly as good as I was expecting it to be.
Oh, it's good. I see why. It increases the buff, actually. So, it stacks. So, okay, so...
Does
so
it?
That's still your soul, right?
So
yeah,
that's
watch.
20%.
So watch. So that's 14%, right?
Yeah.
But, let's say I'm gonna steal your soul. Alright. What the fuck? Okay, that's what I need to do. So we say 14% a while ago, right?
Right.
So I can do this. That does 18%.
And
so,
how much does that do normally? Like, just hit me with it without the buffs.
12.
Ooh. So it meets in the middle. It doesn't go up to 45% like it seems like it should.
Yeah.
It goes to
however,
33%, which is 33% damage buff is kind of the gold standard. If you're above that, you're really good. So a 33% overall damage buff, yikes.
14, so what's it do? Okay, same amount. So let's say, I'm gonna serious though. I'm gonna amplify it. So let's say 14%.
Yeah.
Okay, about the same. So I'm gonna amplify it real quick so I can stay a little longer. Oops.
Ooh. So wait, you combined. I thought Crashing Frames was a 2. No, it's Ground Eruption. That's 2 slots. Okay.
Yep.
I got hella confused.
What the hell? Okay.
I love how both of the DLC characters so far have the same sort of crushing blow. Only the last hit of this move. Only the last hit of this move is allowed to hit in order for it to be a crushing blow. So both Nightwolf and Shang Tsung have that. Speaking of which, we should probably just quickly run through crushing blows in order to just get that out of the way. He has his uppercut, which we're not going to talk about, and if rising chest kick, which is forward 4, counters or punishes a get up roll. So it will do the back roll, so I can actually hit you with this. Yeah, so if I just do and then back roll, ooh, almost got it. It is hard as balls because you're actually invincible during the get up roll.
Okay, let me do it. I want you to do it. All right.
Okay. Okay. Oh, didn't get my roll. Because you gotta get where I'm just coming out of it, and you almost have to do it like ahead of. Yeah.
There you go.
That's what it is, and that is one of the hardest crushing blows to actually get in the game because, ouch. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh, right. And then his back throw is unique so far as crushing blows go. Normally, when you get a throw crushing blow, you have to fail a throw tech. That's what usually happens. But if I do this, I get a launching throw. Off of doing something as simple as just coming out of morph, which heaven forbid, throwing combos is fantastic. And then what do I have? I believe we already saw this one. Reserved pain will crushing blow if the overhead chop hits by itself. We already know about that one. Counter. Oh, this one has the. Okay, so. Jam, you there?
Yep. I'm right here.
Okay. So forward. So this string will crushing blow if it's a counter or a punish. So if he does something super punishable.
Like that.
Yeah. So if I do this, so boot. It's actually the same crushing blow basically as from forward 4, which is hilarious because because you get that same crushing blow twice in quotes. Just trying to see if there's anything else. No, there isn't anything else in this variation, and I don't think you've got anything else that does. So we'll move on to my next variation, which is ninjas. I'll put you on ninjas as well. Because I think there's a chance we actually have different ninjas covered. I got Smoke, Ermac, and Rain as mine, and we even have the same skin. Nice. So, for those not in the know, Shang Tsung has the ability to crushing or has the ability to use different ninja moves. So Chen has Ermac, who does the force lift. And then he has the smoke parry, which stops projectiles. And if it's amplified, it will stop physical attacks. And then he has reptile slide, which is just a side switching slide as you would expect. Now, all 4 of these ninjas have their own crushing blow requirements, and we're actually going to start with reptiles. How do you crushing blow with reptile slide, champ?
I forgot, but let me see. Oops.
It'll be amplify, yeah.
Target if the move hits from maximum range, so like this.
So I gotta be, yeah. So I gotta be right there, I think.
Yep.
So that is the reptile's crushing blow. Forceless will crushing blow on amplify if the opponent blocks it late. So hit block the second you see me hit with force lift. Ready?
Yep. Yeah. Where?
And that's all that does. And as you saw, shake will crushing blow if it parries twice in a row. So if I parried a skull from yours, and then if I do this, and then you do it again, I get a counter crushing blow, which is always very good. And then we have super kick, which will crushing blow if done. If it is done immediately after a super kick cancel. Which is supposed to let you have enough time to potentially land stuff, but I suck. So, no bueno.
I don't know how to play this guy. Oh my god.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember what happened. With super kick, you have to amplify it on hit in order to get it to be comboable. That's what I did wrong. So, oops. You see what I mean? It's sketchy as all holy hell, but it is what it is. What it is. Switch variations now. I'm gonna go to Tournament Master, and then that was all the sauce you had, right? The ninjas and suspect. Actually, why don't you talk tournament variations then, while I switch variations? So I put you on T1.
Okay. That's the warlock. That's the one everybody in their mamas are using. It's pretty much it's like classic Shang Tsung mixed with a little Shinnok.
Okay. And why is that the case?
That's because, like, for one, this is more of a variation where you gotta play lane. Pretty much, he has the classic up skulls, or for many people who play Shinnok, the Hell Sparks. So he can do it close, or just do it regularly. If you do it regularly, that's close range, or you can do it far range, which is goalie, like, because you can reach, and you can amplify it,
which allows for combo potential.
Yep, like this. So not only that, you can also do like, what else do we have in this variation? And you know,
yep. So Tournament Master is actually Tournament Master, which I set up, is actually this competitive variation by a different name.
Yep, and you could get the crushing blow. You get the extra crushing blow from this one. If you duck, you do this.
It's actually exactly like Sonya Blade's. How fitting, because he actually really likes Sonya Blade in game. But all you have to do is hit with only the third skull, which the third skull is a mid. But you have to also spend both of your bar to do it, so it's not optimal at times. But it's good for catching opponents that are like, I'm going to try and like block against this and stay low. And then, of course, you can catch them with the corpse, which is overhead low. MK vs. DC reference there?
Yep.
And yeah, that's
trash.
And you're telling me. And then that's that for this variation. Did you have anything else you want to show, or do you want to move on to the next one?
Oh yeah, Spellmaster. Now this variation is considered trash, but I have hopes that it can be good. Yeah, I have hopes. But Spellmaster is a very technical variation. What it is like he doesn't really have his like just absurd opportunities. with his what's his face? With I can't talk with his zoning, you know, like hell sparks. He doesn't have that anymore. Instead, you know, he has the classic that right there, right? But
Right.
that's not the sauce. The sauce is this.
Hello, Soul Beam, and then
That down forward 3, which is his you know, his canister that he has.
yeah.
And what else do we have? Oh yeah, this right here.
So
He summons the canister and he can get this to get health back. There's the trick though. If you have this, if you have this out right, you can literally gain a lot more from doing it on hit. If you hit your opponent like on block on or hit, you can still gain it, and then you can use it to get it back on the setup.
and this is actually really good because, by the way, this is also a variation I made. It's the 5th one, so we're not going to cover my 5th variation because there it is.
Yeah.
It's
and not only that, this is the more stuff to it. This is technical as hell. So you know, if it's the beam right here, right? You can cancel this actually.
for
Or if you meter burn it for a mid.
And it's not just a mid; it's Superman's down back 1, but full screen.
Yep. And not only that, you can also do this. You can do, what is it? This right here, right? You can cancel it.
And that cancel is for free, but I think the cancel is slightly slower.
Yep. Hold up, Brian. I have a phone call, alright, bro?
Alright. While he's off, I'm going to very quickly explain Serpentine, which is a variation that I built. This variation here contains the sorcery stuff, which you don't need to worry about, and the aforementioned slide. But this has a technique that is very interesting indeed, called Soul Swap, where I teleport, do 5% damage to the opponent, and switch positions with them. This was, I believe, something that he had in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. When Champ gets back, I'll ask him about that. But what that means is that suppose that he would be walking towards me for XYZ reason. He's trying to dash in, whatever, and maybe he thinks he's good to bust out a forward 4. But if I read that, lull, unblockable 5%, and I've completely swapped positions. And that can actually mess up the orientation of moves and how they hit. So this is one of those things that if you're in a custom situation, actually, interesting. It's interesting that it says unblockable mid. So I wonder when Champ gets back if that second hit can actually be blocked. Something to think about. And while we're at it, I'm actually going to switch it over so that I'm controlling Spellmaster. With Spellmaster, yeah, I just have the that, and I have Soul Swap. I believe Champ's back. He's just in the middle of a phone call, and he's definitely curious about that. So, Soul Swap me real quick. Yeah, see, I can't block that even though it's a mid, so I'm still taking all of the damage. But, as you just saw, it doesn't OTG. OTGs do not exist in Mortal Kombat 11, to my knowledge, which means that you basically have to catch the opponent off guard with this. But there's an interesting thing with Spellmaster I wanted to show that actually, did you see that? I tried to backdash, but it fucked up my positioning a little bit. The thing that I want to show with Spellmaster is that, which one is it? There it is. So this will always heal you for 4% damage, but it also will heal you for 25% of the damage you do plus 4%. So that would have been 35 health, and then it's actually 75 health. So this is essentially a better version of Kotal Khan's Blood Totem, which allows me to get more heals. And I guess the caveat is that I can't stack it, but at the same time, just one of these is all I will need in order to get my heals going. That's it for Shang Tsung. I'm gonna switch it over to the next character, which will be Scorpion, as he appears to have a little bit of sauce with that character.
Scorpion. Scorpion.
We'll go to Shirarayu Fire Garden, hopefully. Ooh, so he's got bits and pieces from 2 variations that I have, so I'll also be able to show them off. What I have for Demon Inside is, I think this is variation 1. I'm not 100% sure. Crouch twice if this is variation 1, where tournament variation 1, where he has the teleport and the dash cans and the demon slam. Just crouch twice if that's right, if that's tournament 1. So what Hellport does is that it's his teleport. It's now a high. It's punishable. Whatever. But now, if I can remember how the hell to cancel it. Oh, right. I can cancel it to be behind him. Or cancel it again to be full screen for defensive bar. This is what a lot of competitive characters... This is what... He's got Demon Breath here. I'll explain that. So Demon Breath is... It doesn't restand, I don't think. No, it does not. But it's got a really good stagger, and I believe it leaves him plus on hit. Not plus enough to actually combo. And the Misery Blade. My lord, Misery Blade. This has a low, an overhead, and a quick mid. I'm going to turn on frame data real quick so that you can see what kind of frames you're left at. Where is that frame data? There it is. So as you can see, it leaves her really good staggers if he just cancels it for bar. But if he does Suka Poke, which is the 3 off of that, he gets a nice quick mid restand. Oh yeah, there's Demon Slam too. So, one move that he also has in this variation, Demon Slam, is an air grab. So what you would expect from an air grab, grab them out of the air, stab them, damage. It's nothing too spectacular. But, as you saw, it has a crushing blow. If it catches the opponent by itself, Demon Slam will crushing blow. But only if it crushing blows... only if it crushing blows, sorry, or only if it hits on its own. So I can't do that. He would have to be jumping or short hopping, and then I would catch him with it. But that's the only way to get that crushing blow going. And that leaves him open enough to go in for a throw, or if he does standing 3 on hit, or after the after Misery Blade. Does that jail? Not quite. Okay, maybe if it's on hit. What's he doing? Teleport shenanigans. Oh, I see. Yeah, get in the corner. There we go. See how he leaves me like that? And that would allow that allows him to get a throw off. And I believe Suka Poke on its own leaves him plus, I want to say plus 8 on hit. I'm not 100% sure. I just need him to bot me with that so that we can... find out. Here, I'll make it update. Save position. Hold on. There we go. Oh, it does not restand. Interesting. Is there really 3 frames? Apparently it's 3 frames for Sukapoke, which is that's nutty. That is nutty that it's that fast. Ooh, nice. Actually, can you? Okay, that crushing blow was accidental, but that's because we had easy crushing blows on. So I believe what that means is that, yeah. Here we go. Oh, I can see what he wants. He wants that to be just a quick poke for Link. I wonder if he can actually link it like that. Oh, he almost got it. Oops. The only issue with having the crushing blow, having that on, the easy crushing blows on, is that you get the crushing blow combos that are technically illegal, but once upon a time were. Because I remember from the beta, you could chain crushing blows into each other, but you can't anymore. At least not nearly as much. Because he can. Oh, that's after he gets a throw attack and then scary stuff. By the way, for all of those crushing blows, that's a full screen, so you gotta connect spear from full screen. Oops. This has to be counter or punish. And then the forward throw has to be from a failed throw attack. But what it does is that instead of big damage right away, it does damage over time. So allowing me to get big damage off of stuff like that, and then I get damage over time. That, by the way, this will crushing blow if it's in the combo of 8 hits or more, which with Scorpion is easy as pie. Like, that was 12 hits. To make that fire punch the 8th hit in a combo string is actually relatively easy. And I can even do it if I can do it without even launching Champ. For way less damage because I did spear twice, but I didn't launch him at all. So that seems to be, so that's the hotness there. I'm gonna switch variations now to let him be Demon Blade, and Deathstalker is Tournament 2. Tournament is the second tournament variation in Searing Rage, and I love this variation. This is my personal favorite variation for Scorpion. What he gets is he gets this buff, which allows spear moves to do 30% more damage. Whoa, okay. It got really bad there for a second, but it's okay. Slight hiccup, 680 ping, no big deal. Yeah, that was 30%. So, a 30% damage buff on all spear moves, including forward throw, the spear, and like his jump 2, and so on. He also gets some new strings. He gets this one, which I believe is called Wrath? Yeah, it's called Wrath, and then he has Hack and Slash. Which, Hack and Slash is interesting because it comes with a overhead low string that hits at quite good range, as you can see. And because this and Wrath also count as spear moves, they get buffed as well. Amplifying the burning spear will allow it to do damage. And I think it restands. Don't quote me on this. We'll find out in a second here. No, it does not. It still does damage. But it does not increase the damage buff. It's just damage there. So now... And yes, because the teleport uses the spear, it does more damage. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'll do back two. Give me a good few minutes. Gotcha. Okay, so he's gonna be busy for a few minutes. So I'll just focus on talking Scorpion variations because that's what this show's for. Come on. Okay, and then that move, which is called Death Spin, lets Scorpion use the rope spear as a weapon, ever so gracefully for Big Dammy. An excellent ender, as you can see. Here, I'll even switch it up so that I can do it better. In the corner, I get 50% off of that, and I still have the spear for stabbing shenanigans. Time to move on to the next variation real quick while he's busy. And I'll actually put it on Reborn 2, just so that when he gets back, he'll be able to explain a little bit about Reborn. Alright, Reborn! This Scorpion I built all about, well, not Reborn. This is actually Flesh Cooker, because I wanted to make a super cool reference to Deadly Alliance's Cooking with Scorpion. This has Demon Breath, which is a quick mid that allows him to advance, and the opponent is hella plus. I'm left plus on hit. I'm left plus 2 on hit off of that normally, and then plus 18 on hit. And then I have some cancel advantage as well. So it means I can do this, dash in, grab you, leave yourself open to Oki, and so on. Then we have Hellflame, which is not a traditional projectile, but it leaves the opponent, but I can place it at 3 different ranges, close, mid, and far. And then if I amplify it, it will explode on hit, allowing for potential combo shenanigans. It's just gonna be tricky to do. I know I can do this. Really? Come on. Practice! And then I could probably have canceled that into the spear for damage. But that's basically what Hellflame does. And then you have Demon Dash. This move is a rushing dash, which will side switch if it's close enough to the opponent for more damage. But if I'm not close enough for a side switch, I can still grab the opponent. It'll just do a little bit less damage. And then I can even amplify it. Oh, so it'll automatically stay on the forward side in the corner, so keep your opponent in the corner. Or I could use this as a quick side switch mid in order to keep you in the corner. And finally we have Angel of Death, which this variation is very cool because I recorded, because I had initially recorded Scorpions at one point, but I lost the footage. This now has the Season of Blood skin, which has me very excited. And what this variation does is, what I have set up for Angel of Death is that I've kind of stylized it off of Ninjutsu Scorpion from the past. It has the likes of Misery Blade for cancels. Okay, down back 1. So down back 1 for the poke, down back 1-3, and then down back 1-1 for the combo. Then you get the overhead, then you get the sweep. Now, if you amplify it, I can pick low, or I can pick overhead. Now, it kind of leaves a shadow clone of Scorpion, and it's hard to tell which one it's going to be. But you can tell if Scorpion, especially in this skin, because one of them is darker than the other, I believe. So you can see, wait a second, that one's darker, I should block low. But it's very quick. It's something you would definitely have to lab if this ever became tournament legal. And then we have Sin Blade, which is just a down normal, which is a neutral jump punch from Mortal Kombat X. But I can't, and it is an actual neutral jump punch. I have to neutral jump first. But I can still get combos. So I can do... a brief example of what I was just talking about with Sin Blade. Time to move on to the final variation. Yes. I called this one Kryptonite because, why not? I don't think I have anything new here. I just want to very quickly double check. And then... yeah, it's nothing new. So this is very similar to Variation 2. But what it does do, instead, it has Rope Spear as the Death Spin. It has both of the strings. And it also has Demon Slam for stabbing shenanigans. We're going to move on to another character here, and we're actually going to move on to the most popular character out there right now for a little bit. And newcomer to Mortal Kombat 11, Nightwolf. Nightwolf. And stage don't matter, just pick any random one. Here, I'll even randomize it. Love watching this happen. Ugh. Sorry. A little bit sleepy these past few days. I need to double check and see if I'm getting enough sleep. Water? Yeah, I got enough. He has not selected a stage yet. So now the stage will be auto-picked, and we're going to go to the war camp. Alright, that's fine by me. Ancestral Hunter, Lunar Orbit, and Spirit Tracks. Damn it. Double D, damn it. Okay, so, I completely forgot to make mention. Nightwolf has a couple of abilities that are... Nightwolf is one of those characters, one of only 3 characters in Mortal Kombat 11, where it's actually impossible to get all of his abilities equipped on 5 variations. So I'll have to explain a little bit of what happens if you... I'll have to explain it because otherwise I'd have to leave here, and I don't feel like it, and I don't feel like leaving. So very quickly, I'll just explain what's going on. So, Nightwolf, as you know, has great range on his attacks. He's very much an all-rounder in this game. He's got a good projectile. He's got his tomahawk, and so on. In this particular variation I've named Beastly Spirit, I gain 3 different buffs based off of his animal friends. So, excuse me, itchy nose. So the first one is Spirit Akiba. This gives him a 15% damage boost while it's active. And it can be amplified to give him a 25% damage boost. And uniquely for Nightwolf, his buffs give him armor when amplified. So both Spirit of Kiba and Spirit of Como, this one right here, will give him armor if amplified. And you might be wondering, what does Spirit of Como do? It reduces the damage he takes. I don't know exactly by how much, so I'll just push Cham over by the spear, activate Spirit of Como, and then he's just going to use the spear on me because the trip does 10%. So when he's ready, hit me with the spear. Actually, it might be. Actually, right, he's busy. So we'll maybe come back to Spirit of Como later. Finally, we have Spirit of Hana. This eagle gives him a much faster, and further reaching. Like, it takes 2 exactly to hit Nightwolf here. But if I have Spirit of Hana on, I'm well closer. And as a matter of fact, I think, if I do this right, full screen Crushing Blow. And I believe this also augments Spirit Tracks, but I will not have the opportunity to check. Itchy nose. So I'll have to wait for, I believe it's about the same amount, where Spirit of Como gives him 25% reduced damage and 15% reduced damage depending on how much meter you spend. We'll move on very quickly to the next variation here, Wendigo. Because, you know, he's a Revenant in this variation. Yay! So, Wendigo Nightwolf. This particular variation gives him... Oh, that's right, I have to talk Crushing Blows first. So, really quick, just to get him out of the way, how do you do a Crushing Blow with certain moves with Nightwolf? Well, he has this one, which will Crushing Blow if the overhead chop is the last part that hits. It's just like Shang Tsung's back one down 2. His shoulder charge will Crushing Blow if the opponent... Oh wait, I don't have it in this variation. But the shoulder charge will Crushing Blow if only the tomahawk hits and the opponent is on the ground. Which is perfectly fine because it's a great thing. It's a restand that leaves the opponent open to attack. I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. Outside of the uppercut tomahawk, he has both of his Crushing Blows. Both of his throws have Crushing Blows. And I'll quickly I just need easy Crushing Blows on for both. And what this does is both of them will Crushing Blow if the opponent has failed to throw attack. So, and because of Mortal Kombat 11, how throw attacks work is that they're mapped to a button. You have to push square X to tech a forward throw, or triangle and circle to tech a back throw. So, suppose he fails attack here. He fails that throw attack. Now, because Nightwolf is one of those characters with 2 Crushing Blow throws, he can choose which throw to go for. And if the opponent, and supposing that he failed the forward tech throw, and maybe he's expecting him to, let's suppose he's expecting me to do a back throw. Now that he's teched the forward throw, I'm gonna go for back. He'll tech the back. Wrong. I go for forward. Crushing Blow. And it doesn't matter which throw he techs. So if he techs a back throw, if he teched this back throw here, I'd be able to go in, do a forward throw, and get that Crushing Blow. I have easy Crushing Blows on just so that I can show you what is going on, but overall, yee. Next we have, and then that's, he has something else, right? There's no way he doesn't have anything else. Okay, he doesn't have anything there. How about special moves? Nope, he doesn't have a whole lot of Crushing Blows here. Okay. Okay, actually he does. If this command grab, which is an equipable ability, connects with the opponent and is a reversal punish. Hello, damage over time. For damage. And then it will not work if the move is amplified, but look at how long he's down on the ground after getting a tomahawk in the nads. That hurts a lot. Okay, and then finally we have Spirit Tracks. This replaces the Rhino Charge, and it's a rolling low. He can actually duck under, he'll actually be able to go under projectiles and whap them with the Gunstock Club. And then normally, there's a second hit that you cannot... sorry. What was I saying? I completely lost track of what I was going to say. Right. He cannot get a combo off of this normally. So it's damage, but it knocks him really far away, and even in the corner, I will not have enough time to get it down one, or whatever. Now, he has an ability that he can attach that allows him to launch off of Spirit Tracks, but it's just the one hit upwards for 3%. So it's a 3% rolling attack that will launch. But because it's impossible, I don't think I have that ability equipped on any of my variations. So we'll just move on to the next one, Thunderbird. Alright, so Thunderbird here has some interesting new things. To do that, do I need to? No. Okay, so you saw the Spirit Arrow before. It was a high, and then he'll be able to amplify it to fire 3 of them. Here, he does not gain an amplify, but he gains Lightning Arrow, which he can still hold and then fire it, and it becomes just a standard raw mid projectile. A mid projectile that does pretty good damage. 91 or 9.2% damage. That's not bad. And it knocks down. So a projectile that knocks down and is mid is generally very strong. So it makes sense that he doesn't have an amplify other than canceling it. Now Reflector is a universal move. He can reflect a projectile back at the opponent. He can only reflect one though. So if the opponent, let's say the opponent is a Kano and he throws 2 knives. Normally if I reflect this, I could reflect the first knife and then the second knife would hit me. But now I can teleport. And this allows me to teleport, let's say, teleport, and then dodge the first knife and then go in for an attack. Now, Hana's Wrath is a beast ability, and and this ability will conflict with the Spirit of Hana, which buffs his shoulder charge. And what Hana's Wrath does is it's a projectile. It's another mid, it does 3% damage, and now the opponent cannot amplify. They cannot use meter while it is active. So no rolls, no breakaways, no what have yous. It's literally just you're without meter for a little bit. It doesn't take them away, it just shuts off the ability to use them. Time to move on to the next variation. So this is one of 2 2-slot abilities that Nightwolf has. Well, 3 if you count the launching Spirit Tracks. This is called Ancestral Light. A tracking mid projectile, which is fairly slow, but again, like, excuse me. Finally. Don't you hate when you get a sneeze stuck? Anyway. So this move is a tracking projectile. There aren't very many of these in the game. There aren't very many moves that track. It's this, Cetrion's Tendril Pole, and that's basically it. And this will track the opponent, and then I can amplify it for more damage and knockback. And then I can go into my arrows to mix it in. They do 7%. The opponent's going to try and jump or duck. He'll move in. Bam! Hit him with this. And then suppose that the opponent gets clever and he figures out my timing. Then I can pepper in more arrows for more damage. And this variation also has the command grab. For shenanigans. And finally, Matokan Guardian. This has a 2-slot ability in Rising Tomahawk. where he launches the opponent into the air. The damage... Does it actually... Alarm. I think it looks like the augments finally kick in properly now in training mode. So the damage is going to be slightly fucked. Yeah, because the base damage is 7 and it's doing 76. So I think it's... so I must have an augment on here that buffs the damage of this in towers and AI, so it has to show it here. So just bear that in mind. This move... I swear this move launches meterlessly. Yeah, there it is. If you time it right, you get a meterless launcher in the corner. But, if you want to spend the meter, it becomes a launcher in its own right. So you could get something like... If I didn't suck. You could get something like that, where they're in the corner and they take some damage. And this is a little bit tricky to land in the corner. That wasn't supposed to happen. I forgot the easy crushing blows wrong. But you get the idea. A simple, basic, or a really nice launcher, but it costs 2 slots. And it can launch in the corner if you are really good with your conversions. So... Thing. Thing. Wait. Come on. Okay. Bad example again because of the crushing blows. But it's still, as you can see, it still does damage. And it can still link meterlessly. It just takes some practice. And then we have 2 new strings. One of them is in Razor's Edge, which is a really good combo ender. That does, yeah, that's the normal damage. Because raw, that grab does 150, which is pretty strong. As an ender in and of itself, it's a really strong ender. But conversely, you can't really land it because of how odd his low is in a combo. So this is kind of the best that you get. Still really good. I'm gonna try and land it though. Oh, can I? Yeah, there it is. So there's an example of a really good combo ender that you can get, 35%, but it side switches. Now, if Helm Splitter is, if Helm Splitter is a counter or a punish, it'll crushing blow. So what you can do, counter and punish with at any point during this string, and do that for damage. As you can see. Now, we're not going to actually dive super deep into his tournament variations, but Matoka Warrior has the Spirit of Kiba buff, and he has the Spirit of Kiba buff and the Tomahawk Swing. And Ancestral Gift gives him, I believe it gives him the Command Grab. I totally forgot to talk about Lunar Orbit too in the second variation, so we'll go back to that. I'll just quickly double check what this variation has. Ancestral Gift. Hey, are you back?
Yes, sir.
Right on. So, so I was just very quickly explaining what Tournament 2 Nightwolf was. It was the new combo strings, the Command Grab, and Teleport Reflector. And I also forgot, and actually, maybe you can help. I'll put you back on. Yeah, I'll put you on.
That's all. They're both tournament variations, I think.
No, I don't think so, because I think you have. Check your moves really quick, because I think you have at least one move that isn't tournament legal, to my knowledge.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Oh yeah, and then there's also this. Yeah, so Lunar Orbit. This is a wonky projectile, where that's close. Here's mid, and here's far. and it's a mid. It's got crazy air space. Like, I can't jump in. I cannot jump in if you're doing this one. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay, so you have okay, so your weapons of war has the ability that I don't have in this one. Which that's what I was talking about. The Spirit Tracks launcher. Where that is not a natural thing. That is not its normal meter burn. Its natural meter burn bats you away for more damage, but I can't combo off of that. Yours, however, does. In theory.
Yep, I think it does.
Just depends on the... Try forward 1-2. No. Wait, can you hit yourself?
It's not.
Wait, can you hit yourself with your own projectile? Shadowcat asks. No, you can't. No, well, not quite. But what you can do is, if Nightwolf reflects your projectile, it will send it flying back at the opponent. But I can only reflect one. So if he amplifies his arrows, I get hit with his second arrow. Which, this is still an advantageous trade to me because the first arrow does 7 and the second only does 3. But still. But now, I want to actually try, reflect. I want to try and reflect the axe. Because... Yes, so you can reflect the axe. It is weird, which is weird because... it's one of those weird things... Ooh, I wonder. Okay, so I'm gonna go full. Yes, this is possible again! It No, the axe one. It looks like with a short range one smacked you. No, it doesn't. Ow. It doesn't. You can't smack yourself with your own projectile like that. But it's hilarious because okay, so now we have a game. But as you can see, the axe eventually turns invisible. This is sorry.
What the, you know.
Yeah.
This is actually dope. Bruh.
It's been tricky.
Bruh.
And then I didn't even notice it because I got the timing down, and eventually it's just, oh. Sorry, this is just too much fun.
We're playing tennis out here.
Screw Tekken bowling. We got Mortal Kombat tennis. Damn it.
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that.
Clip that shit all you want. Screw Tekken bowling. We got Mortal Kombat tennis. Tomahawk edition.
Oh Lord.
That shit is great. So it's time to switch characters, and I'm actually going to pass it off to, I have a very small audience. Which character do they want? Which character would they like me to talk about next?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit. Are we gonna have to do Aaron Black?
I think Aaron has some of the sickest zero in the game too.
Hell yeah. Actually, we're gonna put the vote, the fan vote on hold just for a moment so that we can talk about Aaron Black. I don't like that they made him Black Dragon in the past. It's like, What?
They kind of did reveal that in MKX. But, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you? So first, I'll let you load up what you got in your variation, and then I'll.
Okay, so this is pretty much Barking Irons. And it's called Smoking God, but it's Barking Irons. It's it's the Command Pro, which you can
And
amplify as well.
that's a really nice ender. And yeah, if you amplify it, you get more damage. Bam.
Yep, and then you get your. You remember the port 4?
Yep.
You can cancel it.
Whoa! He has it. This ability is called Enhanced Rattlesnake Slide. I believe it's 2 slots, and he can cancel either the slide or the big boot drop, which gives it a second amplify because boot drop will amplify on miss.
Yep, I ain't gonna forget about the TNT or the dynamite.
Oh, so it's actually 1 slot. I thought it was 2.
Nope.
Anyway,
this
so this TNT.
And this is fourth.
Yeah. So this TNT is an unblockable bomb, 9% damage on a launcher. I have dog visiting. Hello. But if you hit it, or you can even hold it yourself and just hold it there. It replaces the Zaterran slide. You can even just hold it. You can see it.
And throw it out.
And yeah, you can snuff the wick in order to basically cancel it. But I don't know if it actually shortens the wick. But it's an unblockable low. I can actually short hop it. Boot. But you gotta be careful, as the Iron Black, it's the only move that I know of in the game that actually damages the user, if you're not careful. So this version of EB that I have grants him a bunch of. Okay, we already have Kettle Toss, and I'm gonna hopefully tag. We got Drop Shot, Stock Bop, and Locked and Loaded, and Thing. Okay, so I won't be able to do that. So this is all about gunplay. So I've got a new Crouching Low. I have Bloody Musty, which does this. I have Hideout. And all of these gun moves have full screen range too, as you can see. And then you have this, and then you have his classic 3-2 from Mortal Kombat X. Except he does not advance, so he can actually zone with this if he really wanted to. And then this one has a lot of Locked and Loaded stuff. So Locked and Loaded is this move, as we know. It's all of the gun stuff and all of the shenanigans. So why don't you show off what you can do normally with the with Locked and Loaded?
Got that. Got this. Got that. Oh man, and you can cancel it and reload it.
And that crushing blow, by the way, the 2 from it, you have to be out of bullets in order to make it work. And then this string will crushing blow if it's a counter. Show us the big boot crushing blow. Just gotta do it twice in a row.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'm kind of hungry too.
Can even do it after a cancel too, which leads to yummy damage. Not bad at all. But what I have is I have the ability to augment my Locked and Loaded. So I have a couple of different things I can do. So I can reload way faster than he can to load up all of my shots. I have a drop shot, which I can also amplify. I can put it away after just about anything. And I believe I have one other thing. I believe I have another thing. Oh yeah, I have this one. I have a stock bot. This one, which is an overhead launcher, and is basically just a stronger version of just the stock drop, which is just bob, just the standard bob shenanigans. So I have this low, and then really low to low profile, literally anything. And then, but if I'm out of ammo, I can't shoot. Actually, why don't you unload all your bullets, and I'll unload my one shot. And then we'll reload as quickly as we can. Ready, go. See how much faster I can actually reload with this ability equipped? That's one of the main benefits here. I'm going to switch over to the next variation, which I'm actually going to go to variation 5 for me. Do you have a 52 card pickup equivalent, or?
Yeah, I do, and you also, that's another one where it's mainly precision. That's right there, acid drop is the one I created.
Okay.
Acid drop is mainly, he gets crushing blows off of acid drops a lot.
Alright, by the way, do you love anachronistic? I want to show Fatal Blow really quick, just because, and this is one nerf that they did that's kind of universal, or that they did, not universal, they did for Aaron Black. His Fatal Blow is now 18 frames instead of 10, so it's not quite so busted. Still scary though. So I'll take my stuff, and then we'll do it from there. All right, show me what you got in acid drop.
Acid drop, I got. Let me see.
So you got boot drop, acid pour. Okay, and you have scud shot.
Yep.
So this is one of my favorites, just because it's such a dirty thing. It's just such a dirty brawler thing to do. And yes, if you have the acid in it, it will crushing blow for 40% damage. That is nuts. That is like, that I think is the most amount of damage for any crushing blow. And because you have to be in the acid, it has to do about 40%. Man's got combos. For cool ass shenanigans. And then we have Nether Beast Trap, which this is a 2-slot ability. If the opponent steps in it, 90% low and they're open to attack. However, they might think, oh, I'm going to be smart and just stay out of range. No, you ain't. because the trap can be slid, allowing you to catch the opponent with a low. God, that combo looks so sick. And then, of course, on its own. Bam. Such a dirty trick. Ooh, I see. So you're going to cancel into slide? Okay, so what he's doing is that he's using Scud Shot as a meterless cancel, so that he, in theory, be able to meter cancel it for free and set up the Acid of Death. I'm gonna have to sneeze again. Oh, bless me. Ow.
Oh, bless you, bro.
Thanks, man. Ugh. And yeah, so, and by the way, they don't have to have been in the acid. I think it's, yeah, so it's if they've ever been in the acid, basically, and then you can get stupid damage off of it, in theory. This will actually kill me if this actually happened in an actual match. And he did not use the crushing blow before. I love the forward throw.
Also, this, he's got this. Give me a second. Let me just. That's 34, right? So may put you at the corner.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. This is a classic. It's actually the reason why the puddle is slightly smaller than it used to be, so that it was harder, to actually do. So what I could do is I could set this down, do a back throw, and get.
Now that, like, you can get all types of shenanigans with this system.
Yeah. So. Aaron Black is certainly not a slouch of a character, by any means. So here's the launcher.
Let me see. Damn, Aaron.
Are you doing the close version of the acid? Oh, I see.
Yep. There you go. Well, it could go up to 40% if you time it just right.
Yeah, because the idea would be it would basically be the same as the acid here, just not pretending the acid was there. That would have done even more damage if the acid was actually there, like it's supposed to be.
Oops.
Hold on. Hang on, can I do like a far version of that? Not really. That's gonna be 390. Still. The damage you can get from Aaron Black with these shenanigans is kind of nuts. I'll switch my variation real quick to Jonas Hex, because I love dropping DC references in Mortal Kombat games. Okay, let the connection stabilize, and we'll go on to. And we never did talk about Scud Shot in detail, so why don't you do that?
A Scud Shot? Okay. Scud Shot, they nerfed the mess out of Scud Shot. Because he used to could cancel it, but they made him where he could recover a lot more slower from it. Unless I hold it and then I can shoot it from there. But here's the beauty of it. Shoot a projectile at me?
Yep. And
you can also
yes.
do this. Like,
and this will beat just about any projectile. Like Nightwolf's reflect has weird properties. Like it can reflect Cetrion's earthquake and the first hit of the geyser and so on. This will beat almost any projectile in the game.
And do your favor below.
Oh, this is gonna be stupid. You see that? Also, hold on. How fast can he? I want to see if I can unload my rifle and maybe hit him. No dice. Ain't gonna fly. And one thing to keep in mind is that in this variation, I also gave him up Peacemaker, which is an anti-air, so I need you to jump.
Ow.
And I have low Peacemaker, which is not a true low, but as you can see, he backs up and he shoots the floor in front of him. So he can get some decent range. And that would be this variation. Ouch. In a nutshell. Bah! Oh! Needs to do the close version of the acid.
That's what I try to do. They won't let me do it.
Weird. Try just holding back, because I think it's... Because... Is it down back? No, it's down forward. So it is down back. Okay, so... That's weird. Up I go. Okay. And I guess I'll dash in afterwards.
Yep.
if you do the full string. There we go. That's oh, the echo is back. I have to figure out how to deal with that. Oh, whap. Wait, yum yum yum. Look at that damage. Hang on, I'm gonna try this. Actually, I need you to be a little bit past the puddle. Yeah. Okay, so I know when I gotta do it now. Come on, I know this works. Come on.
I got it. Let me see. Actually, well, it's not there. Oops. Oh, let me see something. And it's all. There we go.
There it is. See, that's what I wanted. This will be 440. 460. Holy Jesus! I was mistaken. I was mistaken. Wicket shot. Which, by the way, Wicket is a real town in Texas.
Yeah.
The more you know. And my Ghost Rider looking ass has the cancel and the Nether Beast trap, so I can do my cancel and I can set my trap, and then catch you off guard with that. Also, for those who are not in the know, if Aaron Black misses a forward 4, I can amplify it, but only if I miss. So it gives me a thing to be like, uh-oh, I fucked up.
Block. Oh, block. Like, let me show you something. Block real quick.
Yep.
If you block it, then boom. There's a flawless block gap in it too, so you can flawless block that.
Yeah.
But there's a nerf. They actually nerfed this. Actually, you could jump out of this. See?
Or even just short hop it. I'll let you do it.
Ouch. Ouch. See, just short hop it, and then you can punish you. Like at the corner right here.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh my bad. There you go.
Perfect example.
Right,
just
Yep.
you
can do it.
Yeah. So it's just a short hop punish, and then you are good to go. The Centennial Viper is the last variation for Aaron Black. He's got Acid Pour, TNT Toss, and does he have anything else? No, he does not. So he does not have anything new. Any final comments on Aaron Black before we move on?
Who, me?
Yeah.
He's still a good character. He's a very solid character. They nerfed him, but they did it to balance him, so.
They nerfed him, but they didn't kill him. Would that be an accurate summation?
Yeah, pretty much. He's still like top 10 in my opinion.
All well and good. I mean, especially if you can imagine him having the that as a base move, the rifle smash. I'm gonna switch it up because we actually have.
Yeah.
Oh noes!
I ain't mean to do that. I ain't mean to do that. It's alright. I got great to eat. I'm hungry.
Alrighty, no worries. I guess warning will decay in 23 hours, blah, 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 whatever. Do not care about Combat League. So, while Cham go... do you want to invite me back, or do you want to just go grab something to eat?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab something to eat. I haven't had anything in quite a few hours.
Alright, no worries. Go on ahead. I'll just, continue on solo. Alright, so. Oh, the echo's still there. Uh-oh. Is the echo there now? Barely. Alright. So, with Sub-Zero was the actual next requested character. So we're gonna take care. So I'm gonna take care of some Sub-Zero shenanigans and beat up on Kano while Champster goes to eat. So she's been unmuted. Excellent. Hi. So, first up, Sub-Zero's ability. Sub-Zero is quite a different beast than he used to be in Mortal Kombat X. He used to be a lot more defensive, but now he is rushdown. Like, his dash speed is great. He's got overheads. He's got a low mix-up. He's got all kinds of crazy shenanigans. One thing he also has is he has his Ice Ball. We know the Ice Ball. It freezes people. It's all good. But now, the Ice Ball can do damage and blitz through projectiles when amplified. And when I say it does damage, I mean it's not a disrespectful amount of damage either. It does... I think he doesn't have... Okay, so it does the same amount of damage as his back two, his back triangle. And can be used in combos. Allowing for easier use of certain things like that particular crushing blow. Now he also has an ability called Rising Ice. Yoink! Which is a mid that doesn't quite launch characters into the air, but you can... use it in the corner with meter to launch. And it'll to be a launcher that allows you to do combos and shenanigans. And overall, this is just a really nice move to have. I believe it hits behind him as well, but don't quote me on that. Time to move on to the next variation then. The Cold Knight. If you can tell me who this was referencing, you get 50 points and a cookie. Maybe not a cookie because I'd have to mail it to you, and then by the time it gets to you, it's just gonna be stale and blah. But whatever. All right, so this variation also has the Rising Ice, but it has Creeping Ice, which is a low and ends in low shenanigans. So this is not something that you're going to combo into, but if you've done this crushing blow already, or the opponent is expecting you to do it, you go wah wah wah, and then suddenly they've got a low. They have to deal with a low that does damage. Good times. Now replacing the slide is Cold Shoulder. Sub-Zero calls up an ice shield and rushes forward. And on Amplify. And real quick, we're just going to talk about crushing blows as well, because I really do need to. So, he has the universal down 2 crushing blow, the uppercut crushing blow. His back throw will crushing blow if it is if somebody failed to throw escape and then you do the back throw, it'll do standard crushing blow damage. Look at a little something. I just got to turn on the easy crushing blows to show you. Look at a little something like this. Juicy damage. Then we have this. We've seen this before, but if you're wondering what this is just like Scorpions. Uh, 2-1-2, where if you do an 8+ hit combo, it will crushing blow. And then, and final draw will crushing blow if it's a counter or a punish, which is good because the opponent tries to go low, they get the overhead, and then they get diddly clobbered. And finally, Cold Shoulder will crushing blow if it's a counter or a punish on Amplify. And the slide, which we'll talk about in the next variation, will crushing blow if it's done 3 times in a row, or not 3 times in a row. If it's amplified 3 times, at all during the match, you'll get this crushing blow. I believe that's about it. Okay, and then in this variation, ding, ding, ding. This is actually technically his second tournament variation, I believe, called Dead of Winter? Or is it Falling Ice? I can't remember what it's called. But this is his second competitive tournament variation, just under a cute name. This variation has Air Polarax, which is an air projectile. It's a mid, does really nice damage. You can even do it off You can do it off of a short hop if you're quick. It's a general good time. Frigid Storm is a slow projectile, and it does knock the opponent back, but this thing will hit at full screen and do good damage. Deathsicle Barrage does not go full screen, but he steps back and fires his icicles in order to do... Do they always do damage over time when they shatter? I think they do. So this will allow, if I just do this, me to, say, whiff punish a character and hit them with a bunch of frozen ice missiles of death, which is a really good tactic, and one that I've used quite a few times earlier in Combat League 1 to catch opponents off guard and cover them in ice and doom and death. And this is actually that second tournament variation. We're going to move on to number 4, Iceman Cometh. This one is unmasked, and I promise you people, he does not sound like Dimitri Vegas. So this has Deathsicle Barrage, which we already know about, but it looks like, which is weird because I thought that, I guess it was only with Nightwolf, or maybe it's because it was online practice. I don't know. Arctic Trap. This is the answer to the Ice Clone because the Ice Clone is actually not in this game. It does not stop projectiles either, but it has a similar purpose: freeze the opponent. And it's made unlike this, which is a high. So set this up, throw the opponent into it. Maybe. Oh, that's a crushing blow, so don't do that. There it is. The damage. And that's what Arctic Trap is really good for. And it would also, I can actually program this, so set it to the right stick. So let's suppose that I set the Ice Clone and Kato does an Ice Ball. It's punished. And I can kick him like a soccer ball all I want afterwards. Time to move on to the final variation. I apologize, I have to take a quick message. I will be just a little bit. Itchy ear. Itchy eye. Itchy eye. Okay, Jack Frost. This variation has ground ice. This is another 2-slot ability of Sub-Zero's. But what this allows is it creates a frozen patch of ground that is an unblockable, does damage, but I believe the opponent can still block after this. So I'm going to set it up so that the opponent is blocking always. Yeah, so he's blocking always now. Yeah, so think of this as almost an unblockable catcher. This is not actually going to allow the opponent to, excuse me, sorry. I get wicked itchy nose when I talk a lot. But it's not going to allow a combo. That's where the meter spending comes in. Where it becomes low, but I can't do it twice in a row. So there's actually a very slight cooldown. And then I get enough time to run in and do something from full screen. Or, come on. Not the greatest thing in the world, but I mean, it's something to think about. And we are going to talk about Competitive Variation 1, Dead of Winter, because I believe there's something in here that I have not talked about. And I don't know what it actually has on its own outside of the outside of this deep freeze. It has cold shoulder, so it does not have the slide. Really good to know. Time to move on to the next character, and feel free to suggest your next character want. If nobody sends a request, I'll just move on to Cassie Cage. If nobody has a request. I need like a tissue or something. My fingies. Jackie Briggs. Time for Jackie Briggs. And I'm gonna beat up on Kano again because we all hate Kano. That he's here. And we're up to the tournament stage! Okay, Jackie Briggs is definitely one of the stronger characters in this, and she's actually one of only 5 characters that has different health values compared to the rest of the cast. It was part of a buff nerf thing, so Shao Kahn got 1,050 health instead of 1,000 health. Kotal Kahn has 1,100 health, meaning he has the highest health of any character in the game, and all 3 Special Forces girls, Sonya Blade, Cassie Cage, and Jackie Briggs, have reduced health. They now have 950 health. So the best way to think about it is that the base 1,000 that Kano has is 100%. Kotal Kahn has 110% health. Shao Kahn has 105% health. Jackie Briggs, Cassie Cage, and Sonya Blade, they have 95% health. It's not exactly an issue because these girls are still incredibly scary. We're going to talk crushing blows real quick. The uppercut is expected, so I'm not going to talk about that. The back throw has to be inside of the Tech Dome bubble, but you've actually seen her crushing blow in the first one, which was focused on throws, so we're not going to do it again. If dangers... so I'm going to actually reset and focus on finding new crushing blows. Or did we do Jackie Briggs' crushing blows? I know we did one of them, but we didn't do all of them. I know we did one that was incredibly difficult. And then I'm going to tag these, and then I'm going to set it up so that crushing blows are easy. Actually, no. This first one, I don't think we need to. Bionic Dash will crushing blow if it hits from maximum range. And Danger Zone will crushing blow if it is a counter or a punish. And for this one, I'm going to have easy mode on. Wallop. Wallop. And as you can see, it becomes a combo extender, a fire thingy, majiggy. Look at the people so excited to see Jackie Briggs kick ass. So first off, we have... Is Ground Pound really the first ability? Okay, I guess it is. So first off, we have Air Dive Bomb. This is a party crasher, jump down to mid, smashes the opponent. I believe this could also cross up? Kind of. It doesn't quite cross up, but holy damn does it have excellent range from the air. Especially if done off of an interactable like that. She also gets Hyper Knee, which also has a crushing blow, which triggers in a combo of 8 or more hits. So that would have been a crushing blow. There it is. That would have been a crushing blow, and as you can see, lots of damage. And then on Amplify, it becomes a Bionic Punch, one of these. And then we have air ground pound, which is rare because it's an air move that goes low. So I can do that and then do it again for extra smashy. Extra smashy McBashy. Bam! Time to move on to the next variation. Lethal weapon. I'll be right back, actually. Very quickly feed some animals. Would not be a Chamber of the Wraith stream without my cat. Alright. Lethal Weapon Jackie. Okay, so this is... Oh. This freaking thing. At least they actually added the input in here. Oh boy. What do? And then lethal clinch, which has all of its options. Okay, so Jackie Breaks gets the ability to cancel certain moves. For instance, her normally double hitting sweep becomes one hit quick low. She could also, let's say, looks like I could also go in and cancel and so on. Only a handful of these actually allow for cancels. And I can't tag them specifically, but it's ground recon, true hero, and going ballistic. So, and as you can see, that's how those work. Now, her throw, it says it's mapped to her throw, but it's not true. It's actually mapped to the opponent's throw. And I have done the crushing blow for this one before, but hopefully it's not as hard to do as I remember. And what I can do is I can break out of the throw. Yeah. Come on. Hang on. And then amplify it for an arm break, or for a leg break. Now, if the leg break, for the leg break crushing blow, I have to actually tack a throw, break the arm first, and then break their, break their arm. So that's pretty brutal. And then we have Lethal Clinch, which has a bunch of different options. We have 1, 2, 3, and then they can break free. But we have other enders. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have that knee, which carries. We have belly to belly suplex, which is the side switch. And then we have spear elbow drop, which if everything else has been done, you get the crushing blow for a launcher, even though I did something that's technically illegal because you can't. Oh, you can't chain it into itself anymore. Sadness. Whatever. So fun. Just do that. And then yeah, I'll do this, and then we'll pretend that I did all the others. Voila. You got yourself a excellent sort of ender situation. So this is kind of a more grappler-based anti-grapple loadout, which is weird because anti-grapple isn't usually a fighting game term. Time to move on to the next loadout. I'll tag these really quick. By the way, how do you like that Jackie Briggs thing? This is Jackie Briggs. Ooh, and I get to do the Tech Dome and show off the back throw. Good times. Alright, so, Infinite Worlds Jackie Briggs, as I call her, has a couple of interesting abilities. We're going to start off with Bionic Bounce. Command Jump. Great range, and allows for situations like that, maybe the close one, or how about the far? Whee! For full screen coming in. And yes, you can actually do it where I can... boot. Boot. If I was actually good at this. Maybe if I do it. There it is. So, and that leads into our next discussion, which is Grenade Launcher. So these are plasma grenades. They lay hazards, and if you hit say Kano with them, you'll get more damage over time for extra. Oh my goodness, they're dying very, very quickly. I can amplify it to allow them to take the damage for dangerous shenanigans. And then this variation also has Tech Dome, which this is supposed to reduce the damage that Jackie takes as long as she's on the inside, but it also allows for a crushing blow. I believe that's what it says. Yeah, so it's a buff resist. So if I set it up so that Kano backdashes, then throws knives, you can see it does 111. If I throw it up, it becomes 74. I take about 20% less damage. But what if Kano was still inside the bubble? What if Kano was inside the bubble? Oops. It's the same amount of damage. Or it'll be the same amount of damage. Hey, I heard the toasty guy. I wonder if it's also just a projectile thing, but that's what it seems like. Is if the opponent is in the Tech Dome, she in trouble. She in trouble. Time to move on to Specialist. Okay, cool ass Jackie. So we got that cancel, and then we got the rockets. So we'll just focus on the rockets for now. BRB.
There's pizza, hot dogs, and things upstairs. There's snacking and whatever.
Noted. There we go. I am back with food. Because it's food time. Tasty times. Also chatting with a friend as well. Alright, so a little bit of a change of plans. I wanted to go through every single person, but it's been 2.5 hours already. I honestly thought this was only going to take about an hour and a half. So it looks like and so after Cassie, who will be the next character here, it'll be the last one, and then I'll end the stream, and then we'll probably do a part 2 where I do this solo and just cover the rest that way. Just do that in parts, because doing it all in one sitting, and lo and behold, ended up being a bad idea. But that's okay. So, the only thing that's new in this variation is Prototype Rocket, which is what you would expect. It's Rocket that does that, but I can't shoot straight without spending meter, which is interesting. Then I have air rockets for extra damage, and so on. Time to move on to the final variation, and I think we'll just double check on competitives. Okay. So we got Arm Break, Shrapnel Blast. Okay. So Jackie normally has these quick, short-range shotgun blasts that don't really do too much. She gains the ability to do one in the air from here. Hang on. And kind of stop or jump, and I can even short hop it if I really wanted to, but I don't think I can. Never mind. And then, of course, tech down. But there isn't anything too crazy to note of anything else here. So we'll just quickly go to her tournament variations. We'll talk about Cassie Cage, and then we'll end it there. Okay. So first round KO has the mix-up, the arm break, and lethal clinch, which we have seen before. And then next gen has other stuffs. Hello, cat. Please don't try and steal my food. Okay, so it's got grenade launcher, dive bomb, and tech dome. So dive bomb, grenade, tech dome. So I'm also going to show off her fatal blow, and then we're going to move on to Cassie Cage, the final character for today. So moving right along. Probably shouldn't have grabbed the chicken wings, to be honest. Cassie! And, wondering if I should beat anybody else up, or simply just continue beating the piss out of Kano. Because maybe you want to see some other asshole get the crap beaten out of them. Devora, Collector, Gearus. Might have to make Collector my punching bag next time. Oh, and this will actually be a great opportunity to demonstrate Como, because never ended up getting around to it. Okay, I see it doesn't matter, so you know what? I am going to pick on Collector. And then, so do all of Cassie's stuff, very quickly double check my numbers on Como, and then we'll end it there. Okay, you six-armed freak, get ready to have the crap beaten out of you. Lego. So, is this really a 2-slot? I think this is the 2-slot. So, Cassie Cage, again, is one of those characters that got the health reduction. She's still very, very strong. She has great neutral, some of the best neutral in the game. She has a powerful restand, which is important in this game because being in the air is not nearly as much of a death sentence, or being in the air and on the ground is not nearly as much of a death sentence as it was in MKX. So, having a powerful restand like that, really good times. So now, let's talk about her abilities. We got Flippin' Out, where she'll leap into the air and fire at the opponent. It's not that great, if I gotta be completely honest, but like, she can clear projectiles, but she's left wide open. And even at close range, you can't hit her with the close. You gotta hit him with that. So it's not optimal, I'll say that. It's not great, but it's not bad either. Then we have BLB, the Drone Energy Burst, which is a great ender that leaves them standing, and then a way to stun them. What can I do off of 4-2? There's something I have to be able to do off of 4-2. Oh, right. Okay, so I could do... Hang on. Come on. Minus the crushing blow, because that is actually our next topic. So, throwing bows. So we got the universal uppercut. None of Cassie's throws, I believe, have a crushing blow, which seems weird because, for instance, that should really do something. Or maybe that one with the balls, but the ball buster, if you connect 3 amplified ball busters during the match, you get this. You get this. Damage over time, anybody? And then we have this, which will crush a blow on a counter or a punish. I'm trying to find what else I got. Oh, this will crushing blow if the opponent stand blocking. Which just results in a slightly less crazy launch. Come on. Will not restand them if they're on the ground. Good to know. Okay, we got that one. Counter punish. Okay. So this will only crushing blow if the second hit connects. The string that ends in the shadow kick. So. And then we have dual wielding. This will only crushing blow if it's fully charged, and then it hits the opponent. And I think that is about it. Time to move on to Queen Bee. This Cassie has bullet barrage, kneecapping. Oh, kneecapping. Okay, so Queen Bee, the bitchin' bubble, damage over time while the opponent is standing inside it. So, how's your damage? We also have air bullet barrage, which is air akimbo from Mortal Kombat X. Comes complete with, but kind of in the opposite, because if memory serves, no, it's the same, because it's 2 shots and then the 1, and then there's kneecapping, best projectile in the game, or among one of them, because she goes low, which means that she ducks low, which means that she low profiles most other projectiles, so she counter zones right off the hop. It's a mid, and then she can even combo. She can even combo into it afterwards and force the opponent closer to her. Which again, you don't want to be close to Cassie because she has great buttons at close range. Scary stuff. Time to move on to the next variation. Oh, and this variation has a unique crushing blow. Flying glow kick, which is what you would expect. It's basically, instead of going up high, she uses the drone to direct her going forward. This will crushing blow and counter or punish. I thought I had easy crushing blows on. What's going on? There we go. Guess I just wasn't holding it or something. So first off, we got energy bounce. Shoot the drone. Causes bombs. Low bombs that do damage. Helps augment her zoning a little bit. Hang on. What you could potentially combo off of, for instance. And then we have BLB, escape and peace and out. We got forward or back. Nothing to write home about. It is what it is. Just get me out of dodge. I don't think this is armored like Cyborg's was in Injustice, but still. Time to move on to variation number 4. Number 4. With Cookie! Okay, this is a 2 slot right here. But first we're going to talk about bullet ricochet. Shoot the drone, which directs the bullet towards the opponent. Seems mean to be shooting Cookie, but whatever. Now we have control BLB115. Let me pull out my smartphone and control this drone. For quite a while. Not forever, but for a while. We get Fun Phaser, which is a beam that strikes mid. I gotta remember it's... Okay, there, here comes the drone. Wub Wub Wub, which is a shock. About what you would expect. Cancel BLB118 with the triangle button, and then hit him with dropping balls for a bomb and run. And the bombs are actually affected by momentum. So you can almost do kind of a strafing run with the drone. It's kind of cute. Time to move on to the final variation, and then we'll talk competitive, double check the Nightwolf buffs, and we'll call the stream done. The only thing that's new in this variation is shoulder charge, where she'll charge in and then she can amplify it. And it has its own crushing blow. How do you crushing blow? The opponent has to block late. So they have to hit the block button basically on impact. And then you cave their goddamn face in. Now we'll very quickly talk about her competitive stuff. And then we're gonna go to Como, and then we're done. So Cassie Cage over Meow. What she got normally? She's got flipping out, air bullet barrage, and kneecapping. So this is all about zoning. It's all about this is all about guns and flippy dips and all of that stuff. This variation, Yas Queen, is a little bit different. It's got shoulder charge and energy burst. So ouchie mama. And finally, we're just going to very, very quickly finish off with Tess on Como. I'm going to be Sonya Blade beating up Nightwolf.
Oh, my favorite place in Mississippi, so I'm good.
Okay, so the knee does 50, so this will be our barometer. Because if it's half of 10, then whatever amount it's reduced by, I just basically double, and then that's how I get it. So 5, and then we buff up. It's a 20% nerf to damage as long as the buff is active. Now, what about amplified buff? It's a 1/3 damage reduction overall while it is active, and of course, reduce damage while still armored. So, armoring up the buffs means guaranteed less damage. Except, interestingly, to throws, only certain parts of throws are affected. That's very strange. And I guess that's going to be it for today. We've almost hit hour 3. At this rate, I think, it probably would take us upwards of 9 hours to do. So, who did we cover? We covered all of the top row, and I'm talking overall. We hit all of the second row, and like, I know you guys didn't see Shao Kahn and you didn't see Frost. Those guys are already in the playlist. So go back and watch their playlist for both their crushing blows and their abilities to be covered. Scorpion we did. Nu we didn't do. Baraka we didn't do. Raiden we didn't do. Jackie we did. Sub-Zero we did. Jade we did. Kung Lao we did. Kitana we did. Liu Kang we did. We did not do any of these Black Dragon. Scarlet we didn't do. Aaron Black we didn't do. Tavora we didn't do. Kodokan we did. Collector we didn't do. Geras is done. And Cetrion is done. So, let me just double check something. So we have 5 of the elements, so none of them have Geyser. And one of the competitive variations has Geyser. Okay, cool. So, we have done, I want to say about half of the cast, maybe 2/3. 1, 2, 3. I'll just count the guys that we haven't done yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we did a little over half, which means next time, which means we did 12. We did Nightwolf, Shang Tsung, Scorpion, Aaron Black, Geras, Jax, Cassie Cage, and Jackie Briggs. So we did, I think that was 9 characters? Yeah, I think it was about, it was 8 or 9 characters. So next time we should be able to wrap them up. We should be able to wrap up the rest of the cast, provided A, provided I actually remember, and B, I remember to do it before Sindel comes out. We don't know when she's going to be coming out, but we're thinking she's probably going to drop sometime in October. Sorry, that's how it be. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you guys next time.